Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we'll be looking at the race meeting today at the Vaal, not the classic track, the other normal turf track, the 8th of April, where we have an 8 race card. And the first race starting at 10 past 1, 13:10, which is a juvenile plate over 1,000 meters. And as you know, I don't do selections on juveniles as because of lack of form and many first timers. So, but for those who are interested, let's look have a look at the first two races because both of them, the one is the juvenile, the other one is a juvenile for fillies. So here we have in race one, number 7, Mitch got his wish, 6-10, Fisher King 9-2, Rattalik 9-2, 11-1, roll with the punches. Let's do it 20-1, 40-1, and better the rest. In race 2, we have number 2, Marigold Hotel, 11-10, 2-1, Quasi's Lady, 5-1, Bella Chica, 11-1, On Q, 20-1, Terra Time, Country Walk, Canary Walk, sorry, 20-1, 28-1, and 35-1, and longer the rest. Then let's have a look at number 3, where we have number 1, Amberto Star, 2-1, Bedouin Bride, 28-10, Nitro Girl, 8-1, a Party Song, 17-2, 10-1, Under the Radar, Alamafia Coast, 13-1, 12-1, 15-1, Wonderful Rock, 18-1 in Indria, 20-1, Watching Closely, 45-1, and longer the rest. So let's start up with race 3, which is a maiden plate over 1,600 meters. And I must say, with the biggest respect to all the trainers, owners, and in this race, that is not a very strong field. And here, my first selection is the favorite, number 1, Amberglow Star. Amberglow Star has run a number of nice places in his last few runs. And I think today he looks ready to win. Although last time out he was comprehensively beaten by the Southern Song, he did manage to finish in second. Gavin Arena back on board today, and I think that number 1, Amberglow Star, will be hard to beat in this race. Then for outsider selections, we're going to have a look at number 8, Party Song, which is the stablemate. Party Song has also starting to improve slowly, and this Wiley Hall filly out of a Silvano mare looks like she is now starting to come, into her own, and most probably will also be featuring in the finish, as I said previously, not a very strong field. Another outsider for the selection, I know this horse is at 70-1. Bill Heeman coming from Rustenburg with his horse, Venus Flytrap. This horse has run third behind Trip to Freedom over the 1,700 meters on the poly. So maybe he hasn't got a lot of ability, but in this field, certainly, I think his chance is definitely better than 70-1. So maybe you want to pop this in the back end of your quartet and trifectas. I can't see the horse winning, but I mean, even if he runs a place, it will certainly enhance your quartet dividend. And also, another horse in the betting is number 13, Nitro Girl. But Nitro Girl will have to improve, but he's running over a longer distance. So from draw 12, but down the straight, it's not a problem. Was slow, lost 1 length, can improve. And then another horse that you must put him on Sinjin Grey is number 3, Bedouin Bride. This horse also finished third behind Opera Glass last time out, and as I said, in this field, not too strong, can probably place. It looks like, that you might find that the 3 Sinjin runners fighting out the finish. So take a small trifecta, box the 3 runners from Sinjin Grey. Then in race 4, we're going to a merit rated 104 handicap over 1,800 meters, class A 95. And here the betting is as follows. Number 1, Cornish Pomodoro, 2-1, Don't Look Back, 3-1, Sell High, 4-1, Nimcha, 9-2, Johnny Hero, 7-1, Apollo Robbins, 8-1. Again, here in this race, it looks like the top 2 between number 1, Cornish Pomodoro, and Don't Look Back. My vote go for Cornish Pomodoro, who had a win here last week in a progress plate, and surely has got the ability to beat this field with number 5, Don't Look Back. I think his most dangerous opposition. This horse is a huge improvement from his Durban form, won 3 on the go. was then ran 2 lengths behind Chitingo. Chitingo finished second again in the future last week, Saturday. So certainly also in with a chance. And then also number 2, Johnny Bureau did win nicely, 2 runs back at 70-2. Can also be involved in a finish. And other horses, Sell High is also always a horse that runs well and runs well from behind, can upset the upper card as number 3, Nimcha. But I think Iris Pomodoro might be too strong for them in this field today. Then we have a minute rate at 80 handicap, 2,400 class D, average minute rate at 73. Let's have a look at the betting. Where the betting here is number 5, Fred, 5-2, Ushuya, 4-1, 5-1, Bold Resolve, Master and Run, Master and Men, 6-1, Cash Time, 13-2, Honest Apollo, 9-1, 12-1, a Fraud, and 22-1, and better the rest. Yeah, in this race, we got it turned around. In the previous race, it was the favorite was Sean Terry and Sinton Gray's second favorite. In this race, Fred is favorite and Sinton Gray is second favorite. And although I really like this horse, Fred, I mean, I gave him that day that he won at long odds a few weeks ago in February. So I do have a little bit of a soft spot for this horse. He ran third behind Cornish Pomodoro last time. But I just got the feeling that if you look at Ushua also has strong form. I mean, finished behind Vermoe's Pride twice, and Vermoe's Pride finished, although a little way back, ran in an SA Derby on Saturday and finished second. So certainly that is strong form. And I think number 6, Ushua, might be just a little bit too strong for Fred in this race. Then also, you want to make, maybe if you play, you can also include the number 1 horse, Cash Time. I certainly do think this horse has got a huge time. This horse took a very long time to win his 4th race, but did win last time out over 2,400 meters. And I think certainly number 1, not without a chance, definitely include into all of your play. Then we move to race number 6. Which is a Champions Day fillies a mere 72 handicap over 1,000 meters class D, average merit at 67. Let's have a look at the betting here. Here the betting is 9-2 the field, La Greta 9-2, Jam Fancy 11-2, Delgeta Bay 13-2, the Villa Grand 7-1, Cape Valley 8-1, Samoa 8-1, 8-1, here the Trumpet 12-1, Roxana, Zodia Princess 15-1, Flash Rock 25-1, and better the rest. So here in race 6, my first selection is number 5, which is Jam Fancy. This Duke of Marmalade filly by a Vaal won a maiden quite nicely, and then after that wasn't disgraced in her 2 runs. Last time out running in a 91, today running in a D67, certainly a bit down in class. And I think number 5, Jam Fancy, ready to win a really good race in this company. Then for outsider selections, I'm going for number 9, which is the Villa Grand. The Villa Grand also last time out ran in a 70-79, also now a little bit down in class. Muzi Yeni on board, and Willow Magic filly. I really do like the look of number 9, Villa Grand, and I'm sure she's going to be involved in the finish. And then here I want to touch on number 13, Roxalana. Now, Roxalana also last time out ran in 82, before that in a 79, but that was in a graduation plate where she was way out in the weight. She was 100-1 that day. She finished behind Celestial Love. Now, Celestial Love, and I must tell you that Celestial Love has had a much higher merit rating than she did, and she was carrying 54, and Celestial Love was carrying 57. She beat horses that day with a far higher merit rating than she had. Plus, Celestial Love has now won twice after that, including in the future on Saturday. So certainly that form is very strong. And I do think Roxalana is inclusion in all of your bets today. Obviously, you need to include number 11, La Greta. La Greta also a horse that always finds other horses to beat her. It's a Frankel filly, but I'm sure that she is a total disappointment for for stable. One would have hoping that with that breeding Frankel by Fastnet Rock, this would have been sort of a champion. But here she is in the C division, merit rated D67 handicap, and certainly not, I think, the way that the owners would have liked it to go. So then we move on to race number 7, which is a Phillies Mare's 80 handicap over 1,000 meters, where the betting is as follows. In my mind, also a bit of a open race. All of me is scratching number 1, who won last week. My Queen 17 to 10, 28 to 10, Clotola 28 to 10, 7 to 1, Ula. Impressive Duchess 12 to 1, 13 to 1, Sea Tiger, and 18 to 1, Winter Watch. So here in race 7, my first selection is number 1, because as you can see here, we now running in class C81. Now, if you look at Winter Watch has run in A divisions 93, B divisions 87, and now here she finds herself in a C division where she hasn't competed. If you can see her in her runs, she hasn't competed in this kind of field for a very long time. Her merit rating kept on dropping, and I think she's now in a lower merit rating of 88 from a 93. Most probably, I would think her merit rating was a little bit higher. Yes, she used to be 101. Now 88, and I can tell you now, I think that this horse at 18 to 1 today is a huge runner, so don't leave this out. This horse has certainly the capabilities of winning this race. As you can see here behind Impressive Duchess, she was carrying 62 and Impressive Duchess was carrying 53.5. So that is 9.5 kilograms. Now, just like if you have a look at that today, Impressive Duchess is carrying 56.5 and Winter Gats is carrying 60. So that's 4. That's only 3.5. So that's 6 kilogram difference. So there's no way Impressive Duchess can finish in front of her. And as you can see, she's run against useful opposition. And I think number 2, Winter Watch, definitely inclusion in all of your bets. Then if you go down here to number 7, Ula, and Ula also the same situation, has been running against far stronger than in this field. I don't know what happened last time behind Mind Reader. I was a little bit disappointed in that run, as I expected Ula to run better, but let's give her another chance. Marco van Rensburg didn't ride the last time out. He's now riding it again today. And he has ridden her 11 times already, so certainly he knows the horse. And I think Ula definitely a horse that you need to include. Then again, CU Tiger is also, CU Tiger many moons ago won 3 races in a row. You can see her has won 3. She won a maiden +2 in a row, and then just went off the boil. But also her merit has come down from a 16, from a 80. I just want to check here, CU Tiger. Highest merit, and she was a 94. CU Tiger was a 94 at one stage, now is 65, carrying 52, also down in class, and definitely I think a horse that you need to include in all of your play, CU Tiger. So for me, this is a very open race. Here you have number 3, Estelle, a 4-year-old captain of All Philly by Damascus Gate Mare, only had 8 runs, 3 wins. Certainly also a horse that you want to include. My Queen has run some useful races, ran second to 1 Mind Reader last time out, certainly not to discard. I think Impressive Duchess, the 1,400 meters and the 1,600 meters and the 1,450, and the last few runs too short, too far. Now she's back into a sprint, definitely in with a chance. Clotoria also has a chance in this field, has also run against a little bit stronger opposition here and there, so also not without a chance. So in my pick 6, I've included the field because I think you can make a case for any one of these 7 horses that are left. Then we get to the 8th race, which is a classified stakes over 1,400 meters, Class D, average merit at 69. And here we're going for the betting as follows. Number 12, Afternoon Tea, 22 to 10, Golden Spoon, 5 to 1, Dawn of a New Era, 8 to 1, After Hours, 8 to 1, Speechmaker, 8 to 1, Wintera, 9 to 1, Informator, 14 to 1, Midnight Badger, 16 to 1, 25 to 1, and longer the rest. Now, what I've learned from these classified stakes is that this best weighted column, although some of these horses are sometimes long prices, They are normally on the boil on with their best weighted. I think out of 10 races, most probably 7 of them are being won by one of the horses in this, one of the 5 horses in this column. And again, I went for Golden Spoon last time in a similar race. He got beaten on the line, and I'm going to stick with Golden Spoon today, number 6, to win. Last time out, she got beaten on the line. I thought she had the race. She went clear, but was caught late. But I think maybe a little bit fitter today. Why so mowing on board again? And I'm giving my vote to number 6, Golden Spoon. For outsider selections, I'm going to go for number 9, which is Informative. What you'll see in the best weighted column is number 8, Wiley Kim. Now, Wiley Kim carrying 58 from a merit rated of 68, and Informative also 58 of a merit rated of 67. So, in theory, Informative should finish behind Wiley Kim. But what I think is, I think number 9, Informative's form is a little bit stronger than Wiley Kim. And as you can see, she's running 81s before graduation plates, 85s, and wasn't this great. So I think number 9, Informative, definitely a huge runner in this field today. Then also number 15, Speechmaker, also horse that's there and thereabout. Some last time out just came a little bit too late, and never dangerous, but was also nicely weighted, and again today also nicely weighted. Then you can have a look at number 12, Afternoon Tea, the favorite, also well handicapped in this race. Hasn't won for 383 days, but has also run against some useful oppositions, and certainly, based on the last run, must have a huge chance in this field. So that brings me to the end of my preview. I hope I could point in the right directions for a few winners, and as I always say, break a leg.